It's best practice to keep your GoPro camera up to date with the latest firmware releases. Not only do these updates fix any bugs or issues users have noted with the cameras, but they'll sometimes add important new features to your unit. Welcome to Ifty's Tech Corner, where in this video I'll be taking you through updating the firmware on your GoPro. First, we need to check to see if a new firmware update is available. We can do this over on GoPro's website. Hit Support and select Product Updates on the side menu. Here we have the latest firmware releases with details about what the update actually does. Before we go any further, we need to check to see whether we actually need to update in the first place. I'm looking at the Hero 3 Plus Black Edition today, so the latest firmware available here is version 1.04. On your actual camera itself, you'll see the firmware version as soon as you switch the camera on. We can see this one is version 1.04, which is already up to date. If I switch on another unit, the firmware version is 1.00, so this is the one I need to update. Back on the GoPro website, we now need to hit Start Update. Here we need to enter the camera serial number, which is within the battery compartment as shown here, along with a few details, after which we click Next. Here we have three options. We can update the camera Wi-Fi details along with the firmware update, or change the wireless details alone. Either of these are used if you have forgotten your wireless connection password, for example. I'm going to go ahead with just a firmware update for the moment and then click Next. The site then prepares our firmware and we are free to download it to the computer by clicking the download button. I'm going to skip the remaining steps and close my browser here, as I'm going to show you how to do these in this video anyway. Although I'm using a Mac, the process is exactly the same on a Windows computer. We now need to move this onto the microsd card from your camera. So let's go ahead and remove the microsd card, insert it into an adapter or card reader, and plug it into your computer. It's a good idea to back up any media you have on the card just in case, and then place the update folder in the root of the memory card. Now we can eject our card and remove it from the computer. Before we do anything further, make sure the camera is switched on and you have at least 2 bars battery present on your battery indicator. To be on the safe side, I always ensure I have a full 3 bars, but you can get away with 2 perfectly fine. Insert the microsd card back into your camera and then switch your GoPro on. The GoPro will read the files and begin updating. Bear in mind the camera may restart a couple of times, but just give it a few minutes to do its thing. Once complete, you'll see a message on the screen to inform you that update is complete. And that's all there is to it. We now have an up-to-date GoPro. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below. Alternatively, feel free to check out the other GoPro videos in my channel by clicking above or in the description box below. Remember to subscribe, as there are plenty more GoPro videos and tutorials coming shortly. See you next time in Ifty's Tech Corner.